That was Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro capturing the gold medal in New York. They are going to be facing a tough task on the other side of the net, as we are joined now by the fourth member of our crew, AJ McCord, who has more on this new partnership of Jack Foster and Simone Jardim.
Yeah, Dorian, don't mistake the newness of this partnership for a lack of familiarity. Simone Jardim and Jack Foster actually a part of a training pod in Nashville, Tennessee together. So while it's their first APP tournament, these two know each other's play incredibly well. And catching up with someone very close to this duo earlier today, he was telling me that one of the things that makes them so dynamic is their ability to play loose, to play free together. So Chad, I want to ask you, after telling me that, how do you think it's going to come into play today against Bobby and Will, a duo who have a few medals together already on the 2024 APP Tour?
Well, I think potentially what we're going to see here is a steady stream of balls between Jardim and Oshiro. They're going to try and manipulate that point, move the ball around a little bit, but look for Howells to step in, be aggressive, and look for Foster's big serve and big forehand to kind of put some pressure on as well. But I think we're going to see the ladies playing a lot right now.
We've seen Howells get aggressive in mixed. We've also seen him play passive in mixed. If he plays aggressive, that's what happened in New York. They're going to really have a chance here, but he needs to be that dominant male in the middle.
We are getting set for first serve. That's Simone Jardim at the top of the screen as we are underway here in game number 1 of our first mixed doubles quarterfinal. Jardim comes up short side out.
This is also the first time we're seeing Will Howells with a new paddle. We have not seen him use the Franklin yet, but he is with the Franklin family now, so obviously we'll see this for the rest of the season. Oh,
there's Howells all over the pop-up.
Yeah, it's a perfect setup there from Oshiro. The little inside out, change of direction flick into the body of Foster. Howells there to put that ball away.
Oshiro can't make the backhand into the net as it will stay on the side of Howells and Oshiro. Nice inside-out forehand there from Foster. Howells can't come up with it.
Well, good read from Foster on the speed up from Oshiro. He read that Oshiro was going to speed it up, gave himself some space, and was able to counter nicely.
Ooh, just
cross-court pull just wide. Another point for Jardim and Foster as they get on the board. We are tied at 1 here early on.
1-1-1.
Oh, just crawls over the net off of the paddle of Howells.
That's what we were talking about early. Will Howells making his presence felt there in the middle. He got big, almost got burnt backside though. Just gets that ball off the tape and over. Foster not real happy with that.
Oshiro tried to speed up off of the right hip into the tape.
Yeah, you look at Jardim and Foster, they're playing straight up. There's no stack right now. They're both comfortable playing both sides.
Nice range from Howells and finds some space inside the line.
To be young again. Right there.
Could you ever do that, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could.
20 years ago, but yeah. But watch this right here from Howells. It's one step.
That's a foot fault right there, though. Did you see the push-up?
It was close.
Left foot?
It was very close right there.
No love off the. That's 2 that have gone against Foster already off of the net court.
Yeah.
There's a look at Will Howells, a 24-year-old from Boca Raton, Florida. Jardim going right at Bobby Oshiro.
Oh, that's Pat Jardim right there. She gets up on that one leg, reaches in, takes that ball out of the air. great speed up by her.
Yeah,
Nice
good
little roll
spot.
there from Oshiro.
Yeah, and that's what Oshiro's so good at doing. She takes a step back, loads on that right foot. She's going to roll that one through the middle. What we've already seen is that inside-out flick toward Foster. This time she changes it up, lets that ball bounce, takes it back, crossbody.
Right through the middle for the winner.
And Jardim did exactly the same thing.
Right, but that's a good decision right there, and talking communication from Jardim and Foster of who was going to take that perfect spot down the middle.
Called just long.
Well, Jardim making sure it got up and over the top of Will Howells on that one, but like you said, Dorian, goes just a little too long.
A little unlucky.
Net cord again.
Yeah, a little unlucky there for Foster with the net cord. That ball getting just a little deep, so it comes out flat and clips that net cord. But, you know, not a bad situation to be aggressive here and kind of test the waters, but an excellent counter there from Oshiro on Howells.
Howells, Ernie lands on the line for the winner.
Well, Jardim thought that was hit a little harder. So what happens is she's swinging over the top of it, and I think it goes underneath her paddle right there.
Howells is known for his style of play, gets a ton of action and dip on the ball. That time drives the backhand through the middle. That called long by Foster and Jardim.
It was close. Foster claiming it was 2 feet out. Don't think it was 2 feet out.
Probably not 2 feet out. But
if anything, it was a couple inches, but it was very close.
So Foster and Jardim called it out. The lead referee made the signal for good. And now Jardim and Foster are going to ask to do a video challenge.
So Jardim and Foster called it out.
Right.
That's their call.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
can't challenge their own call.
no,
That
but
is
the
new.
the-
Oshiro and Howells are going to challenge.
no, because the referee overturned it.
Ah, okay.
This is why you listen to me. I said the referee made the sign for
The
good.
referee overturned it.
That is lead referee Michael Branchow. Our tracking referee is Brett Hutless, and our video referee is Cindy Leitner, being called into action early today.
Yeah, 6 points in. Let's go. Might as well use it, right? Good shot we just had. We'll see that shot again. How close that was. Foster was sure at 2 feet is what he said. It wasn't that.
But that's how close the margins are in this game between these pairs, especially as we talk about that depth in the draw. That's how close. Those are the differences between winning and losing a match.
Well, maybe he meant 2 inches because it's about 2 inches long. Because from this look, it does look
Well,
out.
in pickleball, 2 inches, 2 feet doesn't make a difference. Out is out.
Yeah, exactly. Get our answer here.
After review, the referee's out call is overturned. The ball was in.
What? No.
Well,
He worked it wrong. It's fine.
The referee's in call was overturned. The ball was out.
so the video replay overturned Michael Branchow, who initially overruled Simone Jardim, and Jack Foster, who called the ball out initially.
Overrule the overrule.
Exactly. Everyone on the same page?
Hey,
Got
yes,
it.
the ball was the ball. So, all right, let's recap.
The ball was out.
Judging and Foster called the ball out. Branchow overturned
Called it in.
and called it in. So then they challenged. The ball was out on the review, and then referee went out and kind of jumbled his in call out in. So we're going back. Michael Branchow is back out there now. After video review, the ball was out. So Jardim and Foster's call stands.
So they're making sure that the score is correct after the multiple overturns. So it is 4-2 in favor of the 4 seeds, Oshiro and Howells. 4-2-2. Howells stepping through to the backhand, just not enough clearance.
I don't mind that speed up. I mind where he was going with that. He was going right to the forehand of Jack Foster cross court. I think if he's going to take that second one out of the air right there, he's got to go right straight up at Jardim with that speed up.
Oh, we might get another. Yeah, Oshiro missed the return wide there.
There's a debate about whether or not they would challenge. They will not, so it is 3-4-1.
3-4-1. Sorry, 3-4-1.
The referee's a little nervous right now.
Oshiro tried for the scorpion, couldn't quite get her body in the right position.
Well, the difficulty of that ball right there is Oshiro knows that Jardim going to flick that. She reaches in, she doesn't hide it, but it's the height and the pace. It's do you let it go, do you hit it, is it going to land in or not? So any little hesitation there makes it very difficult.
Howells tried for too extreme an angle, pushes it wide. If you are a player and you are trying to read your opponent's back and you're talking about the height and the pace, what is the better decision? Do you want to let it go or should you play it and continue the point?
I think with that one, just because of how extended Jardim is, that's one that you play. If it's a little bit flatter, potentially, one you let go.
You don't want to let that one go as Foster goes right back through the middle.
Well, Foster finally gets some love off the tape right there. He had 3 go against him, but this ball pops right up to his forehand. And that's an easy ball to miss, too, because it's sitting right there.
I'm sure that ball was a lot deeper than Foster was planning on hitting it as well.
That time Foster can't make the pickup, but they stay on serve. 6-4-2 on the way.
6-4-2.
Foster was going to unleash the forehand, finds the net instead.
Yeah, and that's a situation there where you kind of try to make up for the mistake that you made the previous one by stepping over and missing in the net. He just rushed that drive.
Jardim going for the ATP, overshot it.
Yeah, she overhits this right here. She doesn't need to hit it as hard as she did. But again, Howells is there. She's trying to hit this and make it difficult on him to reset this. And in turn, goes long.
Foot fault called on Jardim. So that ties us at 6-all.
Six, 6-1.
6-6-1. Great defense, but Foster still able to find the middle for the winner.
Well, Foster, almost out of the corner of his eye, he sees Howells going towards the sideline on this one right here, and he finds a spot in the middle.
Set up for Howells right at the feet.
Yeah, it was a good flick from Howells right there. Held that stroke, got a good read on where Foster was going to be, went right into that right armpit. The interesting thing with Will Howells as well, he hides that positioning of the paddle because he does hook that wrist. So now it's either he can go flat with it or he can hook it. And that one there just hooks it across the body a little bit as well.
So a timeout on court as we welcome you back into the booth here on Championship Court for our Tervis hydration break. This one has been nip and tuck so far early on. 2-point advantage for the 4 seeds, Howells and Oshiro. But this is what we expected. Even though Jardim, Foster, they're a new partnership, they know each other, but that's also how good all 4 of these players are.
Yeah, I mean, and it was a feeling out process early. Who was going to speed up, who was going to slow the ball down. And I think right now, Will Howells is going to play with a little more upbeat, pace here, because the last 2 points, he showed that, and he's come out on top. So I'm going to look for Will Howells out of this timeout to come out guns blazing with this third and kind of try and put some more pressure on and keep that pressure on Foster and Jardim.
Yeah, and Jardim and Foster, if they're going to be able to kind of combat that a little bit, need to put a little bit more pressure on this fourth ball, create a little bit more angle. Oshiro just catching that one a little bit too far on the end of the paddle.
So a good timeout, able to side out as Jardim and Foster get back on serve.
Ouch. Check the ball.
Has a family.
Check the ball. He hit that ball very hard here. But again, you cannot put a ball up to Will Howells. He is going to do exactly that every time.
Oh, another net cord.
Quick side out.
Foster looks back to see if that ball potentially was going to go out, but he caught that forehand late after it clipped off the net.
Oshiro not able to make the pickup over there towards that side tee, which is one of the areas you always want to target with those pressure dinks.
A little in between right there, off speed from Foster.
Yeah, good spot there from Foster. Oshiro caught just a little flat-footed, kind of back on the heels almost.
It's back-to-back balls where Oshiro hasn't quite gotten to the position where she wanted to along the kitchen line. That time catches the tape. So the war of attrition continues. This one now down to a 1-point game here in game one between Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro and Simone Jardim and Jack Foster.
Nice job, Bobby.
So Bobby gives it right back to Jardim, what Jardim gave to her maybe about 5 minutes ago, where we talked about it's that off-speed speed up. You don't know whether to play it, let it go, because you don't know if it's going to be in or out. Jardim can't get her paddle down, plays it.
Howells goes back cross court. Jardim puts the backhand into the tape. They do get one, but the serve goes back to Howells and Oshiro.
Yeah, and that's the shot the Jardim wants to hit right there. Just rushed it a little bit. Came out flat. Didn't get the paddle head quite underneath it enough.
Another unkind net cord. That has been the nemesis of Foster and Jardim.
Well, Jardim trying to catch Howells because Howells took the last ball in the middle and pushed it to Jardim's backhand. Because he was pinching middle so hard, Jardim tried to really roll that ball back cross court, and Oshiro hits a serve that makes it halfway up the net.
Missed serve, but Howells and Oshiro still stay on serve.
Oh, what?
Come on. Great job.
In and out ball, and then that one off of the edge guard. It brings up game point for Oshiro and Howells at 10-7-2.
Good spot there from
Communication
Foster.
in the middle.
Yeah, good spot there from Foster. Gets that far enough that Howells can't kind of crash, and that ball also gets behind the left foot of Oshiro.
7-10-1.
Howells really trying to pepper that baseline, pushed it just long. Howells asked Oshiro if she wanted to challenge, and they will here.
Again, good job by Foster, just getting every single ball back up and over, and it just kept getting higher and higher right there. And because of the frustration a little bit of getting every ball back, Howells tries to do a little too much, and according to them, goes a little long.
All right, so now there's a little bit more, right? So they called it out, and then Foster says, no, that ball was in. So now there's...
That was closer than it looked in real time.
Yes, we can.
Ball's as close as it could be. Looks just out from our vantage point on that review.
No, they changed it in.
So the initial call is out.
It's just that we're listening to the crowd initially.
Foster overturned
So we're doing a serve at 7.
Jarjing's call.
Correct.
But you can no longer challenge your own out call. That is a new change to the video review rules. And so it will be 7-10-2.
Hit it right on the head, Dorian.
Backhand flick cross-court winner from Howells, and it will bring up game point number 2.
I like this right here. This is absolutely perfect. I like the youngster calling a timeout right away. A little frustration on a point prior to that. Now a timeout here from Jack Foster and Jardim to kind of calm everything back down.
The issue that was there was, so Jardim called the ball out, and then Foster looked up into the crowd. Crowd said it was in. So then Foster said, no, it's in. So now because there was an out and an in call, therefore the ball is in. And then Jardim, because of the previous tournaments where they challenge her own call, she's like, well, we'll just challenge her own call. And now they
no more.
So, a little bit of frustration here for Foster and Jardim.
So an extended timeout on court as our lead referee gets the mic up and running. When we return to play, it will be game point number 2 for Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro as they try to take the first game over Simone Jardim and Jack Foster to be the first team potentially into our semifinal. Howells and Oshiro topped Kate Fahey and Casey Diamond in their previous match, 5 and 8, while Jardim and Foster outlasted Daria Walczak and Patrick Kavka.
Ooh, that's a good spot there from Jardim, right at the right hip of Will Howells, jamming him up just enough.
Jardim and Foster stave off another game point. Third one on the way.
Ooh, precious serve there from Howells. Tries to go for a little bit more. This is that one.
7-10-1.
Ends up being a good timeout there for Jardim and Foster.
No coming back from that one as Howells manages to keep himself out of the kitchen.
That's a pickleball player coming from tennis, finding this huge angle for Will Howells. Got him shape that nicely.
Howells a standout player at Notre Dame
7-10-2.
before moving over to the APP Tour.
Side out.
Jardim can't make the cut, side out, as they have been unable to capitalize off of their defense on game points. Number 4 will be on the paddle of Bobby Oshiro.
10-7-1.
Overhead winner through the middle
11-7.
as Will
Oshiro,
Howells and
Howells,
Bobby
timeout.
Oshiro take
Change
game
ends.
1
2
over
minutes.
Simone Jardim and Jack Foster 11-7. We've got game 2 action coming up on the other side of the break here at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Game one in the books. A stellar crowd here alongside Championship Court at the Tennis and Pickleball Club of Newport Beach. Will Howells, Bobby Oshiro taking the first game 11-7 over Simone Jardim and Jack Foster. This is how they did it, guys.
Yeah, game one was back and forth. It was a game of runs, going 3-0 run, 4-0 run here. Who was up, who was down, but in the end, it looked like Bobby Oshiro and Will Howells just put a ton of pressure on. Will Howells started being really overly aggressive, and in the end, that was just the difference maker for Oshiro and Howells to take game one. I'm going to look for Jardim and Foster to come out this game, elongate points, get in some longer dink rallies, and then literally I'm going to look for Jardim to look for some attacks.
Well, it always helps when you get a little advice from your men's doubles partner, doesn't it, AJ?
It certainly does, especially when your men's doubles partners just played Simone Jardim and Jack Foster and had some lessons he learned in the loss. We're talking about Patrick Kafka. He's in the corner of Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro in that timeout in game one. He reminded the duo to go off speed to Jack Foster's right hip, and then when Jack is on the right side, to dink it through the middle. And as he was telling me, hey, this is what I told them, that's exactly what happened. Set up Howells and Oshiro for the game one win. Now it's time to see what adjustments can be made in game two.
Unkind net cord. Thanks, AJ. Why was Patrick Kafka's advice good, Don?
Well, I mean, again, he's finding something, he's seeing something. When you have someone who's a player who can kind of explain things to you off the court, what you're seeing pattern-wise, and jamming up Jack on his right hip is a good idea because, again, it's that right hip. And Chad and I always talk about those spots. Righties don't like balls, right hip, right shoulder.
Well, no one likes that overhead put away from Will Howells for the point.
Yeah, and another net cord there from Oshiro. Foster did a good job just to be able to get a paddle on it, but once that ball kicked up, tough to stay in that point against Oshiro and Howells.
Oshiro with the early. Foster able to get a paddle on it, but can't put it back over the net.
I was about to say Bobby Oshiro using her length, but
hey, she's got powerful legs, man. That's a big jump there from Oshiro. You watch it right here. Reads it perfectly. One step, gone.
Get up, Will Howells.
Yeah, huge push off on that last Ernie from Oshiro, but
Timeout
now
receivers,
it is
5-0,
all
2, 1
Oshiro and Howells. 5-0 lead and a timeout from Jardim and Foster to try and go back to the drawing board here and figure out what's going to get them back in this second game.
Well, Jardim came out frustrated from game one due to a couple of circumstances. And right now, unfortunately, when she gets frustrated, then she starts being a little overly aggressive and started out game one with a missed lob. Then she hit a couple of net cords. So a good timeout here to try to calm themselves down, get back into it, but they, like you said, Dom, they have to extend those points rather than trying to hit their way out of it, because Oshiro and Howells just so good with the counter and with the power of their own.
Why is extending the points so important against a duo like Howells and Oshiro, who, as you mentioned, have the power and can really play the power game?
Well, you hit it right on the nose. They want to play power, right? And so by extending points, it means you're keeping balls low, right? So Foster and Jardim want to keep the ball low, want to extend dink rallies so that Oshiro and Howells can't attack the ball.
Or if they do, they're hitting up on the ball and putting it into a counter-attack strike zone.
Oh, nice little half scorpion from Jack Foster right there as he just slaps that ball back down and kind of turns and looks over here. He's like, yeah, I planned that.
0-5-1. Able to snap a 5-0 run to start game number 2. That time, Howells going too deep into the court. How about the defense, though, from Jack Foster? I saw you lining it up.
And Foster is that guy that can scramble, right? If you ever watched him play singles, he's all over the court. He's going to get majority of balls back, make you hit another one, and that's exactly what he did on that second overhead.
Got to it, couldn't bring it in the court. Jack Foster's everywhere right now.
What he does so well, too, is exactly in the middle of that point. When he slides, he controls balls better than most on a slide. So many people will slide and hit that and get it out of control. He can still create touch.
Side out. All over it for the side out.
And good hands there from Howells. It wasn't a bad spot from Jardim on that speed up. Went right into the right hip. But Howells did a good job of just staying compact with it. Kept the hand out in front of the body.
Backhand roll from Howells. Dips to where Jardim can't get it back over the net. It's a 5-point lead once again.
6-1-1.
ATP around the post from Jardim that almost ends up in the middle of the service box. That's how around the post this goes.
Well, the Ernie from Howells creates an even sharper angle. That ball's less than a foot away from the net when Jardim gets it.
Had no other choice. Elevated the ball at the shoulder of Oshiro to earn the side out.
Chad and I mentioned that a lot.
Chicken wing.
You're going to speed up. You're either going to go chicken wing or you're going to go center mass.
1-6-1.
And Jardim tries to go right through the chest of Oshiro.
Miscommunication. And ball lands in.
Good setup there from Jardim, and then she hesitated, wasn't able to get to that ball. Tried to tell Foster to go.
1-6-2.
1-6-2.
Side out.
Missed third, side out.
6-1-1.
Why am I going through that?
Yeah,
second serve.
It's a good drive from Oshiro, but it's not a good ball to try to shake and bake from Howells.
As Howells is hitting it, he's like, why am I doing this? He knew immediately he should just let Oshiro take that fifth.
Jardim goes back through the middle. Side out. If you're Jardim and Foster, what's the best way to chip away here at this 5-point lead? Because it's not insurmountable.
Not do that.
Not do that.
So You know, and we've mentioned it multiple times as far as extending the point a little bit, moving it around, go behind Howells, take him out of the middle, find that left foot of Oshiro, then can go back out wide.
Nice combination, and Howells finishes with the overhead.
But again, Jardim trying to hit out of a situation where not really able to give herself some separation away from the ball, so Oshiro is able to apply that pressure back.
Love it.
Good
right back through the middle.
Good first counter there from Foster, but again, going right back to that same spot. Right down the middle.
7-2-1.
Second
was able to track it down, but
that's a good spot there from Foster, because if Howells tries to go too big with that push off, then he's going to end up stepping in, and it was a short first step, so he wasn't able to catch up to that offensive lob and get a good overhead on it.
Foster giving Howells and Oshiro a little taste of their own medicine.
Oshiro just trying to go to the well too many times right there. And as soon as she hit the second lob, she was kind of laughing at it because it was definitely not high enough or good enough to get Jack Foster, put it right in his wheelhouse right there.
1-7-1.
1-7-1.
Second serve.
Jardim misses the speed up. Second serve on the way.
1-7-2.
Almost a double net cord there from Howells. Hits the tweener, gets the friendly kick off the net cord. It kind of spins back toward the net a little bit. Foster sitting all over that one from Oshiro.
That's a great adjustment because he got burned on the speed up straight up from Oshiro on that right hip a couple times already. Now what he does is just slides to the left, clears the hip, and sits on the forehand. Nice hands from Oshiro and speed up off the bounce from Jardim. They do answer, get a couple back, and get back within 4 to Jardim and Foster.
7-3-1.
Right into the body of Howells, who pops it short of the net. Second serve coming.
Yeah, 2 good balls there from Jardim, and Foster, the aggressive backhand roll, creates the dead dink for Foster from Howells. And then the good flick right into the middle of the body.
Talk about a great third shot drop right there from Will Howells. 2-handed backhand roll to the left foot of Jardim.
Nice placement there from Howells on the back foot of Jardim. Howells and Oshiro inching closer to a match victory.
Side out.
Side out, but they extend their lead to 6.
Howells trying to bait Jardim into something right there, but he gets overextended. Jarjing's too good. Finds the right spot on the second ball.
Second serve.
Oshiro has been reading judging speed ups perfectly. Has been able to counter
3-9-2.
every single one of them.
No coming back that time.
Side
Puts
out.
it right past Jardim.
Great defense from Jardim and Foster. Jardim plays one ball off one knee here. First the defense off of the around the post. And this one perfectly reset, but couldn't get back to that kitchen line.
Can't make the backhand into the tape, and it brings up match point for Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro as they lead it 10-3.
10-3-1. Point.
Into the net court off the paddle of Jardim, and that will do it. Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro take game 2 11-3 as they move into our mixed doubles semifinal. When we come back, we will hear from our winners here at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open.
Less is more, unless it's less beer.
Fat tire.
Nothing brings us together like Eggland's best eggs. We love the taste, always so fresh and delicious, plus superior nutrition. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
And we're back here at the Owl APP Newport Beach Open. We'll take a look at our Annika match point for Will Howells and Bobby Oshiro. And just too good here from Howells and Oshiro in game 2.
It's just too much pressure, and they put that pressure on all day long, and we are throwing it courtside to AJ McCord, who is with Oshiro and Howells.
That's right, Will, Bobby, you guys are getting way too comfortable getting here to championship court and learning how to win. Will, third time playing on the APP Tour together this season. You already have 2 medals, setting yourself up to bring home and make it 3 for 3. How have you guys developed this consistency together?
Yeah, Bobby's super solid. We practice together back home, so we build confidence just playing together almost every day. It's great. We're really good friends. So the chemistry is awesome, and we just have fun out there.
Yeah, Bobby, it's been a while since we've been here at an APP Tour stop, but that training together day in and day out, how does it